Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Alecia, and today we are going to talk about some of the creepiest books that I've ever read that I think everyone should read during the fall time. Fall is the perfect season to curl up with a book that's just a little eerie, a little unsettling, and maybe even a little terrifying. Today, I'm sharing 5 creepy reads that will give you chills and keep you up at night. We've got haunted houses, disturbing thrillers, and some stories that feel way too real. So if you're looking for the perfect spooky books to put on your fall TBR, these are my top recommendations. First up, Pen Pal. This book actually started as a series of creepy Reddit posts. Those posts went viral and later became the full-length novel, Pen Pal. And trust me, it's one of the most unsettling things I've ever read. The story follows a man piecing together eerie childhood memories while also telling us the story of how his life has been haunted by a mysterious presence since he was very young. It's fragmented, it's haunting, and it feels too real at times, which makes it all the more terrifying. If you love slow burn horror that lingers with you long after you've closed the book, this one is perfect for your spooky TBR. Next up, we have one of my favorite thrillers, Home Before Dark. This one is such a classic fall pick because it blends gothic haunted house vibes with mystery. So in this one, the main character returns to her childhood home, which her family had fled years ago due to circumstances that we find out kind of throughout the book. And afterwards, her father wrote a best-selling book about their time in the quote-unquote haunted house. She doesn't quite believe that the story was true, or even if she maybe believes it a little bit, she's trying to figure out what was true and what wasn't from the book based on her memories as she is going through the house now as an adult. And she starts uncovering evidence that might actually prove her father's book to be true. This one's eerie, atmospheric, and has some really solid twists, which is kind of a Riley Sager classic. He is, in my opinion, he is definitely a twisty thriller writer. Like at the end of every Riley Sager book, there's always one last twist thrown in, at least in the last page, and I love it. This one's perfect if you want that haunted house thriller vibe for your fall TBR, but you don't want it to be too gory or scary, because this one definitely leans more into thriller, which is why I liked it, because I definitely do not prefer gore. Gore is just not my thing. I find it boring. I'm not into it. Like all it does is gross me out, which is like not what I'm looking for a lot of the time with horror. I like more psychological or more thriller horror. So this one I absolutely loved and I would highly recommend for your fall TBR. Next up, we have one that's a little bit darker. It's a little more horror than thriller and a little bit more psychological, Butterfly Garden. This one, I would probably call it a creepy thriller with horror tendencies. If that makes any sense. The story follows a man that kidnaps women and tattoos butterfly wings on their back, and he keeps them captive in a secret garden. The book is told through FBI investigations, and with this one, you do really feel for the victims. This one is a classic if you just love a serial killer vibe, and obviously this is fiction, so if you prefer to read about serial killers that didn't actually exist and torture and unalive women, I feel like this one's for you, because I tend to prefer my serial killers in fiction form rather than reading about actual ones that did horrendous things. So yeah, this one is disturbing. It's claustrophobic at times, and while it's not supernatural, it definitely touches on that darkness that's within each of us. It really takes us into the mind of someone very dark, and it's very, very creepy. So if you like a creepy thriller that gives true crime vibes without it actually being a true story, this one's for you. Add it to your spooky TBR immediately. Then we have The Return. This is one of my favorite creepy but fun fall reads. It's unsettling and creepy, but it's also super campy and out there and fun. It follows a group of friends that reunite after one of them had gone missing, but then reappeared years later. But something is off with her. Something's not quite right. So they head to a remote, offbeat hotel in the woods. And let's just say things get weird. Very, very weird. It's eerie, atmospheric, but it also has this dark humor that makes it perfect if you want spooky without being straight up terrifying. It's like a mix of horror and a fun girls trip gone wrong. And finally, another Rachel Harrison, which I would say for the most part, at least two of the authors that I've talked about in this video, Riley Sager and Rachel Harrison, I would say that any of their books could be perfect for the fall TBR. These are kind of my favorites for specifically the spooky season. Black Sheep. This one is more gothic horror with family drama and a touch of supernatural. So in Black Sheep, we follow Vesper, a woman estranged from her religious family, but she gets pulled back into their lives after a wedding invitation. What she doesn't realize is that her family is harboring some dark, super creepy secrets, and they're definitely manipulating her. It has that unsettling, cultish, small town vibes with themes of identity and belonging while also being genuinely spooky. So definitely perfect for your fall TBR if you're looking for something spooky with a little bite to it. And those are my 5 creepy books to add to your spooky fall TBR. In my opinion, all of these books that I mentioned are super bingeable. I think I read at least most of them in 1 or 2 days, like 1 or 2 sittings. They were definitely bingeable. They were perfect for the autumn spooky fall vibes. And I enjoyed every minute of reading all 5 of these books. So with that being said, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of these books if you've already read them, or let me know if you're thinking of adding these to your spooky fall TBR. And as always, if you have any spooky book recommendations for me, please comment them below because I am always looking for more books to add to my fall TBR list. And if I don't get to them this fall, I can always get to them next fall. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.